content, please share today's show. Please like today's show or dislike today's show. Either way, that's how you show your free support. Shout out to everyone that's coming through. Shout out to everyone that's coming through. Before I shout everyone out and get to the show, let me give out these few announcements. We are not exactly, one day off because this Monday coming up is Memorial Day. So on Tuesday, I will be starting school, y'all. So that will be the first day of class for me. First day of class. I'm going to definitely keep y'all updated and tuned in on how the class is going, how's the workload, and all of that, right? Also, I'm working on getting the Cash App for you guys. I received a message from one of my great supporters, and it was like, DS1, you got to work on trying to get a new Cash App. People been hitting me up saying that they want to donate, but you need Cash App. So I'm working on getting the Cash App, y'all. Y'all work with me. Y'all stay tuned for that. I'm working on getting another Cash App, a Cash App that y'all could send y'all Cash App donations to. Excuse me if you've been trying to donate to the platform and you haven't because you primarily use Cash App for donations. I'm sorry about that. Pardon me for that. But I just stopped using Cash App because Cash App took a lot of money from me one time. I wasn't reimbursed. And then when I actually went to pursue and file a report because they didn't give me my money back, Cash App canceled my account. And I haven't personally been able to get another Cash App. But we working on that, y'all, because I heard you could get another one. So we working on that. Y'all stay tuned for that. Y'all also stay tuned. The merch is coming real soon too. We will have some merch for y'all this summer. Trust me. So y'all stay tuned. Also, I want to shout out to everyone who has been supporting the channel. We have been exponentially growing. So shout out to you guys. I appreciate everyone that pulls up, shows support, all the new supporters. Continue to leave your feedback. Don't hesitate. Leave a comment. Don't hesitate to disagree with me or anything like that. Your comments and all of that. If it's disrespectful, it will be deleted in the comment section under videos and stuff like that. But if you disagree or agree and you want to, let that be known, don't hesitate, man. I appreciate all of the support. I appreciate all of the conversation. So let's see who's in the building. Because we going there today, y'all. Going there today. God C in the building. What up, God C? God C says, what we should do is figure out why and push them to get help. They need it, get the help they need in hopes they repent. These men need to know what real masculinity is and means. Shout out to God C. Shout out to God C. Salute, my brother. Salute to you. Shalom. How you doing, Scorpio? What's going on with you? What's going on with you? Scorpio says, Sheep, we queens is not on that kind of time, sir. I already know. Hey, Miss Angie. Shout out to Miss Angie B. One of my lovely lady moms that always come through and hold it down. Welcome back, Miss Angie. How you doing? Miss Angie? I hope all is well. If y'all missed yesterday's show, we did an impromptu show yesterday. Make sure y'all check it out. The link is in the chat. Check it out after today's show. You don't want to miss today's show. Hey, Miss Classy Creole. Shout out to Miss Classy Creole. Shout out to the House of Love. Always coming through and holding it down for me as well. Shout out to you, Miss Classy Creole. Shout out to my man Larry Vaughn in the building. Salute, my brother. Salute. So we 2 for 2. We got 2 of my lovely lady mods in the building. Let's see who else is here. What's up, New York Nikki? How you doing? Shout out to New York Nikki. DMW shots in the building. Peace, my brother. Salute to you, bro. Salute, salute, salute. Salute the Team Guardian. Yes, sir. Salute the Team Guardian, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all support. Hey, Rainin' Woman. Shout out to Miss Rainin' Woman. Welcome back to Miss Rainin' Woman. I hope all is well with you, Miss Rainin' Woman. I appreciate everything you do for me in this channel. Shout out to Miss Rainin' Woman. So we 3 for 3. 3 for 3. 3 for 3 so far. Let's see who else is in the building. What's up, YouTube cameras? How you doing? Shout out to Miss YouTube cameras. What up, Gino B? Shout out to my man Gino B in the building. Salute, salute. Let's see who else is here. Let's see who else is here. Because we don't want to miss anyone before we get into it. Let's see who else is in the building. Shout out to Alonzo Hall in the building. Salute, salute, my brother. Salute. Shout out to my guy, GQ. What up, GQ? Salute, my brother. Salute. Yes, sir. I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, next Tuesday. First day of class is next Tuesday. Yes. Salute, Cuzzo. Salute, salute. Shout out to Miss Camille. Good to see you, love. Good to see you. I'm glad you're in the building. I'm glad you're in the building. I'm glad you got the notification because I know sometimes you don't get your notification. So great to see you, love. Great to see you. Yeah, bro. I'm working on it, bro. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. See who else is in the building. Shout out to my guy, Third Ward in the building. Shout out to my guy, Third Ward, man. Salute, salute, my brother. Salute. Day one supporter right there. Shout out to my guy, Third Ward. Shout out for the Record TV. See who else is in the building before we get into this. Because I know a lot of y'all been saying no Diddy, but we going to start a new one today. Salute, family. Shout out to my guy, Boogeyman in the building. Salute, salute, fam. Salute. Oh, it's always a pleasure. Salute, my brother. Salute, salute, salute. Salute, my brother. Salute. This is my brother right here, man. Always love to see you in the building, man. I appreciate your support, bro. Support, support, support. I appreciate it, my brother. Salute. Yeah, we've been running around saying no Diddy too much. Shout out to Miss Jasmine. Hey, Miss Jasmine. How you doing? Oh, absolutely, Miss Angie. Absolutely. Absolutely. Did I skip anyone? Let me make sure I didn't miss anyone. Let me see. Make sure I didn't miss anyone. Shout out to my guy, Bucket. What up, Bucket? Salute, salute, my brother. Shout out to my guy, Bucket in the building. Uh-oh, we 4 for 4. 4 for 4. Hey, Miss L'Oreal. Shout out to Miss L'Oreal in the building. One of my other lovely lady moms that always come through a whole line of chat. We 4 for 4. Let's see if we could get 5 for 5 today. Let's see if all 5 of my lovely lady mods is going to be in the building today, y'all. Let's see if we're going to be 5 for 5. Shout out to everyone that's coming through. We getting ready to go there. Boogeyman says, I caught the playback on yesterday's show, and something that I noticed is that you couldn't hear any remorse. Facts. Absolutely. What up, Luxury Pick? Salute. Shout out to Mr. D on a pull-up. What up, Mr. D? Salute. Salute. Let me put the tip in the building. Salute, my guy. Salute. Salute. Oh, we got a packed house. Oh, we going in today. We going in today. Oh, we going in today. Shout out to Dog Soldier in the building. Salute, dog. Salute, Dog Soldier. Shout out to Team Guardian. They in the building. Salute. How you doing, Brenda? Sankey. What's up, Sankey? Okay. Are you real or AI? Are you real or AI? Let me ask you that, Sankey. Are you real or AI? Hey, Taylor. Shout out to Miss Taylor in the building. What's up, Taylor? How you been? Cartel in the building. What up, Cartel? Salute, bro. Salute. Hey, Quita, how you doing? Shout out to Miss Quita on the pull-up. How you been, Quita? Shout out to my man D's. What up, D's? Salute. Salute, D's. Third War says, question, how do you give a proper apology to someone without mentioning their name and explaining what you're apologizing for? Facts. Facts. You're not even identifying who you're talking to. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, bro. And remember, we spoke about that on yesterday's show. How he wasn't even directing the apology. That's how you know he was talking to the feds. Hey, Leslie. Shout out to Miss Leslie in the building. Good to see you, Leslie. Appreciate your support. Jasmine says you can't. Right. Talking about, am I real or AI? Yum Yum. What's up, Yum Yum? Ski Mask. What up, Ski Mask? Shout out to everyone in the building, man. Salute, salute, salute. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all see today's show. We've been running around here talking about no Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy, right? Shout out to Cleveland. What up, Cleveland? Oh, yeah, we going there, bro. We going there. We going there. Mm-hmm. No Diddy. No Diddy. Every little thing now. We don't even say no homo no more. No homo. I guess people found a way to not offend the LGBTQ now by saying no homo. So they just say no Diddy. I guess I guess that's a way of not showing, homophobia. I guess. Right. We don't even say pause no more. We don't even say pause no more, Cartel. It's no Diddy. No Diddy. No Diddy. Right? Shout out to my guy Boot Camp in the building. What up, Boot Camp? It's been a minute, my brother. Salute to you. Yeah, I'm old school. I say pause. Right. Pause. Right? Everybody says no Diddy. No Diddy. Right? DS1 is clearly not an AI creation. People are weird. Shout out to Cynical. Right? No Diddy. As if, right? As if that's the only thing that we know about Diddy. We're finding out so much more about Diddy. More than, we know that he had Meek Mill. Well, we saw Meek Mill, soaking his bunkie in the pool. We saw Meek soaking that bunkie in the pool. We saw it. We don't lie over here on SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. We're going to crack a few jokes and all of that, but we don't lie and make up stuff. Right? We saw Meek soaking his bunkie. True or false? True or false, Classy Creole? We saw that man soaking his bunkie, wincing in pain. And Diddy walked up to that man and said, "You've been doing great, Daddy." We saw it. We saw it. We saw it. He was soaking it. He was soaking it, bro. He was soaking his bunkie. And Diddy told him, "Good job, Daddy. You've been taking it like a champ." That's what he was basically telling him. "Good job, champ. Good job. You've been doing good, Daddy." That's what he told Meek. But we want to act like when we saying no Diddy, what else we need to be denouncing? See, it's not just him being zesty, right? What about all the violence and the abuse? Hmm? So when we saying no Diddy, are we just speaking in terms of him clapping Meek Mills, or oh, let's not forget Stevie J. He been clapping Stevie J for years, right? So when we say no Diddy, are we just talking about that? Or are we canceling Diddy entirely? Because Diddy needs to be canceled entirely. See, we just laughing and cracking jokes about what we think going on in his bedroom. But we just saw what he do to women in real time. We just saw it. His new name is Adam Vinatieri. Do y'all know that ex-Patriots punter Adam Vinatieri? His name is Adam Vinatieri. We watched him punt this woman. He field goal kicked her. Now, I'm not gonna lie, right? I saw dudes do some crazy stuff, right? But never to that extent. Not only did he stomp her, he field goal kicked her. He field goal kicked this woman twice. He did it twice. I said, yo. So when we saying no Diddy, we need to add that to it too. We need the preference that we're canceling Diddy. Because a lot of y'all be running around here saying no Diddy when it comes to sexuality and men being zesty, but we didn't never say no Otis. See, these dudes be running around here hiding in plain sight. See, I've been talking about this. Back in my Manosphere days, I was talking about you dudes. Dudes like you, old Otis. Dudes like you, Otis. Old, sick, crunchy, smelly niggas like you. You smell like an ashtray, Otis. I've been bringing niggas like you to the forefront, Otis. Because see, you just like Diddy. You just like Diddy. And we're gonna show you, Otis. We're gonna show you, Otis. So when you're running around here on YouTube, hey, Sharon, hey, Brownsville, y'all want to make no Diddy shirts? Where's your no Otis shirts? I honestly think that your no Otis shirts will sell more than your no Diddy shirts are selling. Because I see you wearing them a lot, Sharon. Why you like wearing no Diddy shirts so much? I saw you wear no Diddy shirt like 3 times, Sharon. And share this to Sharon. Y'all can send it to him. Y'all ain't gotta play and be secretive. Send it to him. Why are you selling no Diddy shirts when you should be selling no Otis shirts? Where's your no Otis shirts, Brownsville? When you gonna get on the camera with a no Otis shirt, Brownsville? Mr. Manly Man, I'm Mr. Stoic Man. Where's the no Otis shirts? Huh? Content, right? Where's the no Otis? Hey, Shatera, how you doing? Go over there and type in their chat. Where is the no Otis shirt, Sharon? Ask them that, Shatera. Go in their chat, because you rock with them. Go and ask Sharon, where is his no Otis shirts? Because Otis, old Otis, he's a similar archetype to the diddler. You see? See, we're going to talk today. We're going to talk today. Where's the no Otis shirts? Hey, Sharon, if you make a no Otis shirt, I'm going to buy it. If you make a no Otis shirt, Sharon, I'm going to buy that. I'm going to buy that, Sharon. If you decide to make a no Otis shirt, I'm going to buy it. If we're going to be running around here saying, no Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy, no Otis. Let's, before we get into old Otis, let's get into the diddler. Let me show y'all in real time these types of dudes. And then I'm gonna show you Otis. And you're gonna see the similarities in old Otis. Him and Diddy around the same age, by the way. I hope y'all know him and Otis and Diddy's around the same age. They're in their early 50s. Same age. Same niggas. I'm gonna show it today. Shout out to Auntie, by the way. Salute, Auntie. Shout out to my man, Auntie. I hope you don't mind me borrowing your content, bro. Hey, CC, how you doing? Thank you so much for that, for you dropping that video on the covert narcissist. Thank you so much, CC. Shout out to you, CC. I appreciate you. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to CC Trucker Cares. If y'all want to know about narcissism and relationships and all of that, please go over there and listen. Shout out to you, CC. Shout out to OG. What up, OG? Salute. Salute, OG. Appreciate your support, man. Shout out to you, Ant. He says, salute, fam. You got it, bro. Appreciate you, bro. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you gifting that membership as well. Appreciate you, my brother. Salute. Dog Soldier says, respectfully, Ross, who's Otis? I'm going to show you old Otis. We're going to get to the video, dog. I'm going to show you old Otis. Appreciate you gifting that membership. Thank you, CC. I appreciate it. Cartel says they Gen X, Diddy and Otis. Facts. They're around the same age. They're in their early 50s. I believe old Otis said he was about 53. Waddy 87, salute. What up, Waddy? Ayo Patrol. The Ayo Patrol. What's up, Aries? Salute to you, educated Aries. Salute. And T says, no problem, bro. The gift that keeps on giving. My membership is on the other account. No doubt, bro. Salute to you. Appreciate that, man. But let's check out the diddler one more time. Check out the diddler. Look at this, man. Look at this. This is when I saw this video, I said, come on. Come on, y'all. You talking about an apology? This ain't no apology, y'all. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. This is not an apology. Fair use, y'all. Fair use. Look at this.
Cassie for holding me down in the dark times. Love.
Look at his eyes, y'all.
Cassie for holding me down in the dark times. Love. And also Cassie for holding me down in the dark times. Love. And
you see his eyes, right? Let's look
also
at his eyes.
Cassie for holding me down in the dark times. Love. And also Cassie for holding me down in the dark times. Love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Empty. The diddler. The diddler. He's empty. Soulless, black as tar. You can see the lies in his eyes. The way he said it, it was dark as hell. New York Nikki says he was being phony as heck. Soulless. Now, let's go to old Otis. Let's listen to Otis. See, because the reason why, I know a lot of y'all are wondering why there's not a huge blowback with Diddy and a lot of men. I know a lot of y'all are wondering why a lot of guys are sympathizing with Diddy, taping for Diddy. It's because y'all got to understand, Diddy is a very common archetype in America. When we talk about this mental epidemic, this mental illness epidemic that's in America, the pandemic, and remember we did a show about this, the pandemic exposed the true epidemic here in America, which is mental illness, and how this country profits off of people being sick. Sickness starts here. In your mind, in your spirit. You see? So you have a lot of guys who are going to sympathize with Diddy because they're just like him. They carry the same ideals when it comes to dealing with women. And you got to understand, a lot of these guys are not going to outwardly say this. They're not going to outwardly say that they agree with Diddy. But if you listen to them long enough, because if you notice with these men, they always turn the corner and start blaming the woman. They always start turning the corner. Nigga start off straight. Yeah, it's wrong. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, you shouldn't do that. And then they start turning. Like a winding road. They start turning. And then they end up blaming the woman. Those are the niggas like Otis. These are your men, right, who are going to look for any justification, right, for their lack of manhood. They're going to look for any justification for their abuse. They're never going to clearly acknowledge it. They'll say they wrong 1,000 times. If you listen to them long enough, they'll tell you how they not wrong. If you listen to them long enough, you'll see how they find ways to justify why it still happens, why they still end up being involved with it. See, you got to listen to these men because they hide in plain sight. Diddy been hiding in our face for decades. R. Kelly has been hiding in our face for decades. Brother Polite been in our goddamn face for 10 years. Brother Polite has been in our goddamn face for 10 plus years. You think he just started touching little girls when he got caught? He been in our face for years. Hassan Campbell has been in our face going on 10 years, and he said in our goddamn face and said that he molested children. Hassan Campbell sat in our face and said he touched kids. sat right in our goddamn face and said it. Yeah, I touch kids. Yeah, I did to kids what Bam did to me. The nigga said it. Just like we getting ready to hear old Otis admit to graping his own wife. Just like we getting ready to hear this old cereal bowl nigga, old Otis. He supposedly is part of a solution-based gang, right? That's ran by a nigga who's zesty, a metrosexual. Sharon is a metro, and a cop. What a hell of a combination. You got Sharon, a metrosexual, right? Because he's metro. Man bag wearing nigga. Messenger bag wearing nigga. Metrosexual nigga and a cop. This who run SBG. A metrosexual and a cop. And they calling this shit Manosphere. These niggas hiding in plain sight. A metrosexual and a cop trying to tell men how to be men. This nigga a cop. A cop and a metrosexual. What are we doing out here, fellas? What are we doing? And then the nigga who they had housed up under him is a whole chomo. He's a rapist, a whole chomo. And you got Brownsville and Sharon talking about they used to be street dudes. And they was street and they was gangster and they was hood. But you letting a whole chomo, a rapist, hang around y'all. Also, when you left the street, y'all start hanging with all types of niggas, huh? Because we know you ain't in the street no more. This nigga done went and turned a cop, an ex-gangster who's now a cop. Right. The solution-based gang. Housing a Diddy. No Otis. Make some no Otis shirts. No Otis. How about that? How about we boycott Otis? Because we getting ready to play what he said out of his mouth. No Otis. See, there's a lot of them around here. There was another one that I spoke about a couple of years ago by the name of Hardcore Sweeto. Hardcore Sweet Boy. He's another chomo, grapist. Like to take advantage of women. No Tito. Yeah, hardcore pedo. That's what I was calling him. Right, Classic Creole? That's what I was calling him. Hardcore pedo. Another one that like to take advantage of women and little girls. Hardcore pedo. That bozo nigga that think he could enlighten men on something. Y'all niggas need to go sit down somewhere. Just like we gonna boycott Diddy, we're gonna boycott Otis. No Otis. No Otis. And we better not see Otis make a guest appearance, Sharon. We better not see Otis make no more guest appearances. We don't want, oh, we bringing Otis back. We don't want to hear none of that shit. Old coleslaw mouth old nigga. We don't want to hear that anyway from him. He don't got nothing to say. Y'all had a rim brother sitting up under y'all. Brownsville. You keep talking that rim brother shit. Otis is a rim brother. was a Rim Brother? Where's the Rim Brother shirts? Because y'all house Rim Brothers over there. Y'all use Rim Brothers for content. You had Otis over there for months. Red Pill, Incel, Manosphere. That was Otis. Where's the shirts? Where's the shirts? But you want to keep throwing shots at other niggas when you got a whole Rim Brother sitting right next to you. He been sitting next to you for months. Y'all been sitting there agreeing with this nigga for months. What are y'all talking about over there? Nothing. Y'all over there housing a Diddy. Because there's a lot of men like Diddy walking around. And what do men like y'all do? Bring them in. Bring them in. Bring them in. You don't ostracize them. You don't make them feel uncomfortable. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what men are supposed to do. We're supposed to make them feel uncomfortable. All of them. All of them with that connected to them. I'm fine. Listen. If you ever been involved in some shit like that, you should be automatically banned. Absolutely. Daryl Long too, aka Spudnik. That's what I call that nigga, Spudnik. He should have been banned. But he's Root Imp 2.0. Root Imp's still around, so why Daryl Long can't be around? Same niggas. Yeah, same niggas. Same niggas. Daryl Long and Root Imp are the same niggas. Same niggas. They damn near look the same. Same niggas. What up, club? So the question is what should men like what should we do with men like this? What should the men do? Oh, bring them on a panel and make them content? Because that's what the SBG do. The SBG makes them into content. That's what the SBG do. Right? We make a show about it. And see, we not stupid, Brownsville and Sharon. Y'all still fuck with old Otis because Otis was saying the whole time that this was a show. That y'all planned to do that show for him to come up there and to say the shit that he said. So this is why he felt comfortable saying it, because y'all gave him the platform. He said it out of his mouth. I came over here to share my side of the story so maybe somebody can learn. That sound like you, Brownsville. That sound like some shit you said to try to justify having a goddamn weirdo like Otis on y'all shit. And y'all supposed to be solution-based. So y'all solution-based, but y'all just doing shit for views. When Diddy actually has victims. When Otis actually has a victim. Possibly victims. Possibly victims. Because if he'll do it to his wife, let's get to it. Shout out to everyone in the building. Salute, Auntie. Shout out to Israelite Plight in the building. What up? What up, Israelite Plight? Salute, Aunt. He says, all I asked was, why does he feel so comfortable telling y'all he raped his wife? MF first started coming at me. Proves everything. Facts. He felt comfortable, Aunt, because that's why they brought him on the show to say it. Because Brownsville goofy ass told him that this could be a teachable moment. They could learn something, the queens, could be alerted. Shut up, nigga. When y'all over there just trying to build a goddamn platform. Shut up with all this fake philosophy talk. That shit be getting on my nerves, man. Shout out to NT, man. All of this fake stoic quotes and shut up, nigga. Shut up. We don't believe you. You a Brooklyn nigga. I know you capping. I'm a Brooklyn nigga too. You capping. Okay? Stop it. You and Sharon. This shit is a hustle for y'all. That wasn't to alert no women. What y'all did was put a sicko on display. That's what you did. Now look at old Otis. Check out old Otis. Now remember, I told y'all him and Diddy is close in age. Otis and Diddy. Yeah, same age. Same age, y'all. Check out old Otis. Listen to Otis. Fair use, y'all. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Look at old Otis.
Separated from everything else.
I say this space because the whole internet is not like this. On my channel, when I talk, we don't disrespect one another. We don't go into all the chaos. You know, we don't.
Bang, if you say the same shit on your channel, it's still people would got a hold of that of the clip too, bro. Like, come on now.
Yeah,
No.
It's the internet, bro.
You're isolating that one incident. I'm talking about in general, for us the disrespecting the disrespect that goes on the panel. That's what I'm talking about.
The internet is forever.
No, I disagree, but anyway, let me get back to my point. I want to get all bogged down into that. I agree to disagree. The point I'm making is, to make you happy, the internet is a dangerous place. Being too transparent and being too open, of course, is dangerous. The reason I
My bad, I was on mute. Oh, really, Otis? Oh, so the internet is dangerous for people who want to come up and tell the truth. Listen to old Otis, y'all. Listen to old Otis. Listen to this boy. Listen to this sick boy. Listen to him. Listen to him. Listen to old Otis.
I brought that story up yesterday. I'm not going to apologize for it. It's because I don't know the numbers, but I know for a fact a lot of men have been in that situation. I know it has happened. I hear it all the time and I experience it. I know what happens. So again, me being...
He said out of his mouth that he knows a lot of men has been in this situation. Really? How you know that, old Otis? I ain't never been in that situation. No means no, nigga. I learned that no means no at 5 years old. Hold up. Before we get back into this video, let's put some things into perspective. Matter of fact, before we do that, let's play a little more. Let me let y'all listen to old Otis. Let me let y'all get familiar with Otis. Let me let y'all get familiar with old Otis.
$53. I'm not old, but I know I'm one of the oldest people on the panel. I knew I was going to take that hit. I knew I was. I'm hoping I got my point across that at the age of 20, I tell the story again. At the age of 20, my first marriage back in 1990, February 13th, when I got married, we went down to City Hall. Me and her both had to get our parents' permission. I was young. At that time, I did not know, still kind of believe that a little bit, that a wife can tell this husband no when it comes to having intercourse. I didn't understand that thought process. I didn't at that time. A wife can tell his husband no, her husband no. I didn't understand that. Now, let's get to the situation in hand. 100% transparency. Again, it wasn't an assault type situation. What I will say this, people use that great word too loosely. I'll say that.
So he's not like Diddy? This man just said out of his mouth that people use the word grape too loosely. Something is wrong with this man. Fellas, we have to do, this is why we have to be in the community. This man was thinking like this at 20 years old, and he still think like this at 53. He said he was young. 20 years old, you're grown, nigga. He didn't know that no meant no, and he was 20. I learned the word no, yes and no, at 3. I was taught by the time I was in pre-K and first grade to not let anyone touch your private parts, or I was not to touch anyone's private parts. This nigga just admitted he didn't know that at 20 years old. And you mean to tell me he's not sick like Diddy? He didn't know that no meant no from somebody, and particularly a woman, at 20 years old. So when did you lose your virginity, Otis? Was that when you lost your virginity? You didn't know that when a woman say no, stop, that you're supposed to stop at 20? At 20 years old. And this man isn't sick. He's 53 now. Listen to him. Listen to this 53-year-old man who we know he's been sick probably longer than 20. Probably before 20 years old. Listen to this dude. He's sick. And y'all want to keep saying, y'all making no Diddy shirts. How about no Otis? Listen to this sicko. Listen to this old sick man that's running around here claiming a Manosphere. Look.
They use it way too loosely. But based on this conversation and that situation, I didn't feel like it was a grape. Of course not. She said no, obviously, yes, she said no for the record. But it was no fighting, it was no get off me, it was no none of that. I'm not lying.
You hear this dude? Yo. Yo, do y'all hear what this dude is saying? He said yes, she said no. In his mind, no means yes. Let me rewind this, man. For y'all say, look, he's over-exaggerating. Let me play it again. Listen to the vitriol in his voice. Listen to him.
I'm making is to make you happy. The internet is a dangerous place. Being too transparent and being too open, of course, is dangerous. The reason I brought that story up yesterday, I'm not going to apologize for it, is because I don't know the numbers, but I know for a fact a lot of men have been in that situation. I know it has happened. I hear it all the time and I experience it. I know it happens. So again, me being 53, I'm not old, but I know I'm one of the oldest people on the panel. I knew I was going to take that hit. I knew I was. I'm hoping I got my point across that at the age of 20, I tell the story again. At the age of 20, my first marriage back in 1990, February 13th, when I got married, we went down to City Hall. Me and her both had to get our parents' permission. I was young. At that time, I did not know, still kind of believe that a little bit, that a wife can tell this husband no when it comes to having intercourse. I didn't understand that thought process. I didn't at that time. A wife can tell.
Don't this sound like Diddy's apology? Doesn't this sound like Diddy's apology? A bunch of disingenuous bullshit. I'm doing this to clean up my image, to make me appear to men. He just admitted that he told this story because he knew a lot of other men went through this. So he's actually trying to reel in guys who think the way he thinks. He's telling you how many other men that's been around Diddy for years that has been accused of being a predator. See, 1 + 1 is 2. 1 + 1 is 2. I'm gonna keep playing it, Taylor. See, 1 + 1 is 2. Diddy's a predator. He's surrounded by predators. Do you know that right now there's 2 other guys who also is fighting SA charges that work for Diddy? Harv Pierre, which is one of Diddy's close friends, he's one of them. Look it up. Harv Pierre worked for Bad Boy for years. That's one of Diddy's closest friends. They went to Howard together. Frat brothers. They're frat brothers. Him and Harv. He's being accused as well. He's fighting in court as well. So what old Otis is trying to do is he's trying to recruit men who will agree with his sick mentality. This is what old Otis is trying to do. This is what old Otis is trying to do. Let's get back to it. Any disrespect in the chat, just go ahead and get him an Uber, y'all. Go ahead and get him an Uber, ladies. Any disrespect in the chat, go ahead and get him an Uber.
Oh, his husband, no. Her husband, no. I didn't understand that. Now, let's get to the situation in hand. 100% transparency. Again, it wasn't an assault type situation. What I will say this, people use that great word too loosely. I'll say that. They use it way too loosely. But based on this conversation and that situation, I didn't feel like it was a grape. Of course not. She said no, obviously, yes. She said no for the record. But it was no fighting. It was no get off me. It was no none of that. I'm not lying to you. It was not. She just said no. I'm like, no. And like we did what we did. It was no fight. She just said get off me. None of that. None of that. None whatsoever.
See, he think we stupid. I heard what you said. I heard what you said. Oh, Otis. I heard what you just said, nigga. You think we didn't hear what you just said, Otis? You said, she said no. You said no, and we did what we did. No, Otis. She said no, and then you took it. See, you got to see what I tell y'all about language and lingo. You got to listen to when people talk. Because this is how narcissistic and sick people, this how they think they smarter than everybody. See, Otis think he's smarter than people. He think he's smarter than everybody. He literally came up on two quote unquote masculine men platform, right? The solution-based game, and took a shit right on stage. Because he had enough gall, and shout out to Auntie. Because when I was watching the show, bro, and you was on a panel and you was telling them this, boy, I was in here like, get on their ass and cook them. Because that was my point. What type of audacity this nigga has to have to get on a panel and say something like this? And then say out of his mouth, he still don't see that as completely wrong. We just heard you say that. You said it was wrong because she said no, but then you said back then I couldn't fathom how it was wrong, and I still can't a little bit today. That's what you said out your mouth, Otis. You just said out your mouth that even still today, at 53 years old, while you was telling a story, that you still can't accept the fact, or that can't sit with you, that if your wife don't want to have sex tonight, you got to go to sleep. Just said that out your mouth, Otis. And you're 53 now. So when you were asked, why didn't you go to therapy? You said out your mouth you didn't need therapy, nigga. All right. Oh, you think I'm lying? All right. Okay. Shout out to Matt. What up, Matt? You already know. God's work. God's work. Watch this. Let's get back to old Otis. Let's listen to this old sicko. Any man, don't let no little girl sit on Otis' lap. Don't let no little girl sit on Otis' lap. You better not.
It wasn't. None of that.
And that's the dialogue I wanted to have with you yesterday.
And that's what men over here right now.
Now let's be 100% transparent. If she would have actually, no, babe, that's different. I'm not stupid. But it was none of that. She simply, again, said no. Now, to you women, I apologize if it triggers you. Just by saying no, I understand that means no. But you women, not to put blame on you, even though it's gonna sound like it, and my wife does it to this day. When you say no, you don't really fucking mean no.
What I just told y'all. What did I just tell y'all? This man doesn't understand boundaries and was never taught boundaries. This nigga just said, and what did I tell y'all 30 minutes ago? Didn't I tell y'all 30 minutes ago when you listen to these dudes who was talking about Diddy, how they, oh yeah, Diddy's fucked up, Diddy's fucked up. And then they start turning and start blaming the woman. These are the guys with the Diddy archetype. You heard Otis? Notice how Otis, it was my fault. I'll take full responsibility. I'm being transparent. I'm telling the truth. And then he start turning that corner. Now, I know this gonna sound funny to the women, but y'all women know when y'all say no, y'all don't mean no. What I told y'all. See, I know a sick nigga. I know a sick pedo predator nigga. See, I believe we should do them the old-fashioned way. If you know the old-fashioned way, you know what I'm talking about. I believe you do men like this the old-fashioned way. But again, this ain't the old days. See, I keep telling y'all, I'm an old soul. I'm an old nigga. When a woman I'm an old nigga. I like older music. All that. When I'm in the house, I like to listen to Luther and cook and dance. I'm one of them types. I'm one of them types. I'm so tired of being alone. I'm so tired. I'm one of them types. So I believe in old-fashioned punishment for sickos in the family. And sickos that like to hang around. I believe in the old-fashioned way. Who remembers the old-fashioned way? Oh, now you Seen in the unseen says stone him. You talking about biblical times. I'm talking about the old-fashioned way. When all the men go out in the backyard, and what we do, Mac, we dig a ditch. That's the old-fashioned way. We all go in the back. We go in the back of Big Mama's house and dig a ditch for Uncle Otis. And one day, Uncle Otis just disappeared, and we don't never know what happened to him. See, that was back in the day when niggas used to go missing, and they used to say he was crazy. We don't know what happened to him. Yeah. See, old Otis, we'll dig a ditch for you, Otis. Right in the back. Me, my cousins, we'll dig a ditch for you, nigga. We'll dig a ditch for you. You need a nice resting place. We're going to turn your resting place into our dog's wee-wee pad. We're going to let our pit bulls piss and defecate around where you're resting at. So you can have a lot of bugs come and visit you. Otis.
All the time. My wife even attests to that. That's that give and take. That's that cat shit. That's that, y'all think that shit cute, but it's not. That fucked me up because she said no resistance. After the act was done, she was crying. Not bawling, but she was crying. So I said, what's wrong? She politely said, you whatever.
He said when he was done, she was crying. And the nigga asked her, what's wrong? See, that right there should show, brothers, the disconnect in this man. This dude is disconnected. He's disconnected. See, he's a sicko. He's disconnected. He just broke down the whole situation and said how his wife told him no. And he didn't force her, or he didn't inflict any pain or anything like that on her. But all of a sudden, after he was done, she was crying. And this sick nigga had the nerve to ask her, what's wrong? You see the disconnect, fellas? You see why I say we got to heal before we build? This man has a disconnect. He's disconnected. And he thinks he's normal. Listen, look at how he's talking. That's why I played the Diddy speech. Because I want y'all to listen to his diction. Look at his body language. He's feeling himself. He likes the attention he's getting from this. Look at Otis. Sicko. Sicko, right here online. Interacting, being amongst men, and men accepting him. I'm waiting for the no Otis shirts, Sharon. I'm waiting for the no Otis shirts, Brownsville. I mean, officer. What's your name? Officer what? Stop coming on here as Brownsville, New York. No, nigga, you're a cop. Your name is Officer what? Okay? Because in public, you are a servant of the public. So your name is Officer what? Stop coming on here like you this manly man and you are ex-street cat. No, you're an officer. What's your name? Your name ain't Brownsville no more. Stop calling that nigga Brownsville. His name is Officer. He's a police officer. Don't come in here misrepresenting yourself. Since y'all want to be in a manosphere so bad, don't come in here misrepresenting yourself, nigga. Your name ain't Brownsville. Your name is Officer. You get on camera with your police gear on. Your name is Officer what, sir? You're not tough. You ain't none of that. You a cop. You're a cop. Stop. Your name ain't Brownsville no more, nigga. You left Brownsville probably 30 years ago. Stop it. You ain't Sharon. Stop. We don't want to hear that. Officer what, sir? What should we call him from now on? Officer what? Your name ain't Brownsville. Officer what? I'm listening, sir. Officer what? Officer, detective, because you look like you a detective. That's why you keep wearing that ski mask. You look like you a DT. See, we know all about you hood niggas that done turn police after you done told on somebody. But that's probably a whole nother thing. We ain't gonna speculate about that. But I don't know too many niggas from Brownsville that turn police officers. I mean, I don't know. Hey, Mac, let me ask you, Mac. You're a big homie, right? How many niggas you know that was ex-gangsters in the street from Brownsville are now police officers? We know the ones who turned into rats, you know, like Brian Glaze Gibbs and all of them. But how many of them actually turned police? Actually turned police, not police informants, but actually joined the police force. How many do you know, Matt? If you're still in the building, my brother, how many do you know? How many do you know? This nigga named Brownsville, and he's a police officer. This is why, and you a police officer, and you couldn't smell out old Otis? You a cop. Okay. Officer Prison Pocket. Shout out to my guy Double C. Max says, most of them dudes from the Ville either boxing or killing. Come on now. I don't know no ex street dudes turned police from Brownsville. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know any. Were you going to go back to the 40s? What dudes? What reputable guys who rep Brownsville are cops? Come on, man. Tell them Israelite plight. Come on, man. Do you know any shots? Do you know any shots? He said that is a new one for the Ville. Thank you. I knew you didn't know any either shots. I know you didn't know either. And you a Brooklyn dude, older Brooklyn cat. I don't know. And I'm a young dude. I don't know. I don't know no Brownsville cats that turn police. Don't know. Cece says most narcissistic people like jobs that hold a lot of power. Great point, Cece. Great point, Cece. What up, Raj? Shout out to Raj Will in the building. Hey, Bunny. I see them shouting you out in the building. Shout out to Bunny. What's going on with you? Let's go back to old Otis. Let's go back to old Otis. Listen to this sick man. Listen to him. Trying to justify his sickness like Diddy.
And that fucked me up because I couldn't correlate it. In my mind, that word is when you forcibly, there's pushback, that's what that was to me.
Yeah, strong.
But you're my wife. You're my wife. And it was no aggression. It was no resistance. It was no get off. It was none of that. So I will say this. On this show, people use that R word too fucking loosely. In that situation, you cannot convince me that there was that. But I will say when she said no, I should have stopped. I will say that at the age of 53 and at the age of 20. I should have stopped right then and there. But to tie that whole great situation, to me, it's just wrong. But I have to eat that based on the women that hear it and the way they interpret it. I can't deny their feelings. I could disagree with it, and I could.
And that's the proof. Y'all heard what he just said? That's the proof that Brownsville and Sharon use this shit for content. Use this toxic, triggering ass situation to have content. He just broke it down. He has to accept the scrutiny he receives because he decided to say it. See that all of that, that's how you know that all of that was set up in the background. Because I wouldn't check your channel, Otis. I checked your channel, Otis. You looking for a viral moment, Otis. 79 views, 29 views, 30 views. You looking for a viral moment. And so is Sharon Bracey. It is not the solution-based gang. It is the Sharon Bracey gang. Sharon and Brownsville gang. Them niggas are looking to go viral. And they're willing to participate in the fuckery if they make it look good. Right? And nobody should give them any pushback. Right? Because such and such do it too. Right, Sharon? I heard you, Sharon. Oh, well, when we get the banging, everybody want to say this about us. But when such and such do it, he makes thousands of dollars. Right, Sharon? I heard you. I heard you. I heard you. But then y'all want to stand up like y'all manly men. Nigga, y'all already folded. Y'all tried to make a viral moment with some toxic shit triggering women. And then y'all said y'all not Manosphere, but you did some Manosphere shit. You was a part of a Manosphere tactic, Brownsville. Do you know that's a Manosphere tactic? For men to create a salacious conversation to trigger women to bring the numbers in and to bring money in. That's a Manosphere tactic, Brownsville. But you keep talking about Rim Brothers. But you and Sharon exhibit a lot of Manosphere behavior. A lot of Manosphere behavior. A lot of those topics y'all are over there reheating, putting in the microwave for the millionth time are Manosphere topics. Brownsville, officer. Those are all Manosphere topics, sir. The way y'all are formulating the conversation is Manosphere, sir. So what are y'all over there talking about? Why you think the women over there, nigga? Because it's Manospherian. Women always love the fucking Manosphere. See, they get up here and tell you they don't. Where you think a lot of these women who be all up in these chats, where you think they penis supply coming from? Oops. Let's get back to the video.
I can still say I use that word way too fucking loosely to my taste, especially in that situation. Let's break it down. Let's break it all the way down. That doesn't require that word to me. But you used it, and it's out there in the atmosphere now. It can't be taken back. But I'm here. I'm here to talk about it. I go to panel to panel. I'm willing to take the arrows and all that. But let's be real. How many men and women been in these situations that's scared to talk about it? Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. He clout chasing. Listen to what he's saying. How many of us been in that situation? Let's talk about it. That's Manosphere. I think I went too far, Ebo. I think I went too far. Salute to you, bro. Yeah, you heard him, Miss Angie. You heard him. I know you're listening to him, Cece. Yeah. Oh, Sagalina. How you doing, Sagalina? Yeah. You hear this sick man? Trying to philosophize him being a predator. This is what niggas in the Manosphere has been doing for years. I was the first one who had enough heart to call him out. You think I won't call you out, Otis? Because if we're going to talk about cleaning up the community, the first niggas we cleaning up is you. Yeah. When we come back in the community, guess who's getting the broom? You, Mr. Otis. Guys like you, Otis. Guys like you, Daryl Long. Guys like you, Rude Imp. Guys like y'all, you niggas. Guys like you. They like to hide in plain sight. Yeah, like to join in male groups and think you can hide and create little minions by getting dudes on your side. Oh, you know she ain't mean, no. Come on, bro. You know she ain't mean, no. Hey, ES, how you doing? What up, Coffee? Maybach Mel in the building. What up, Maybach Mel? Salute. He says, I question people's character who support Diddy or guys like Diddy. Absolutely. Peace to you, Monetta. I appreciate you. Monetta. Coach Mo. ES says, I don't know any of those dudes. Oh, you're going to get to know Mr. Otis today. You're going to get to know Otis. And T says, broom and the broomstick, since you like violating people. Exactly.
Okay, DMS.
Amongst men, like right now, that shit cool.
Yo,
Ain't nobody denying
what
you.
is
The men
Chill,
that spoke
bro.
up for you like Omni, that was all good. But
Birds of a feather, they flock together, it's cool and welcome. Birds of a feather, they flock together, it's cool and welcome.
oh, did I hit the button? I don't think I did. Jay probably
Yeah.
probably need to say something because I ain't even look at the phone yet unless she hit that because somebody appreciation donated. But I'll let her come in. Yo, my bad. Yo, Tony Golden, appreciate that, man. Tony Golden sent in the cash app. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, Tony Golden on the panel. Granville on the panel. But yeah, I feel like, I mean, shit, Omni was standing up. He was saying this, but yeah, like Omni said, once he went on your side, it was like, motherfucker and shit. I mean,
I ain't necessarily Omni, you know, but like I said, I mean, again, I appreciate Omni one, and I get where he was trying to come from, but at the same time, Omni, no disrespect, and man to man, I really didn't need any assistance, and I didn't want you to get in that line of fire because I knew it was coming, and I didn't want them to think that you were caping. Think you were going to be. I didn't want them to think you were caping for me or anything like that. No. I knew that shit.
I wasn't going to cape for. This is what I was going to break down. Right, I was going to break down that yes, these situations happen.
I'm making the
what you did was still wrong in your ignorance. It was still wrong, and you yourself admit to that.
Yeah.
However, to go as far to put that R word on you, I think was a huge mischaracterization.
I agree.
So let me ask you niggas something, right? So Real TV, what's up? So Real TV, salute to you. Shout out to the Ninth Ward. So let me ask you men something. What actually has to happen? What do y'all consider grape? What do y'all consider grape? See, I want to point this out because this is why I'm doing today's show. Not just to call out old Otis and Sharon and Brownsville gang, right? But to specifically point out how there's a lot of men like Diddy and Otis walking around. There's a lot of men who give exception to certain shit. And you know why they do? Because a lot of those guys know dudes who've done shit like this or have been a part of things like this. See, whenever you see, y'all got to pay attention to energy, how energy works. See, when something traumatic like this occurs, like how we just saw what we saw Diddy doing to that woman, it activated the men who do that shit or who have done it or who agrees to it being done. It activated them. This is why all these men want to jump on a panel and give their opinion about some shit like that. That video prompted all of this conversation now. You see? Exactly, bro. That's truly the disturbing part. How it activated certain men. Because it did. It brought certain men out. Like, hold up. Diddy ain't guilty. What did Cassie do? Like, I saw one dude saying that Diddy was beating on Cassie in that video because she stole a Rolex and money from him. I literally saw this. Oh, Cassie deserved it because she was stealing. Where's the proof she stole anything, dummy? But these are guys who agree with this type of stuff. And there's a lot of men walking around like this. And it's not the ones that you think. It's the ones you least suspect. See? It's not the ones that's, you know, his voice is deep or he may seem to be burly and aggressive. And no, it's the little squiggly Mr. Krabs looking nigga. It's niggas that look like Otis. The little squiggly niggas. It's not the ones you think. It's not the ones based on, you know, the stereotype. It's the Diddies, the little guys who you think isn't like that. You think he's a gentleman. You think he's so nice and, you know, he speaks pleasantly. And it's those guys. What up, Danny? Peace to you. It's those guys. He's very desensitized about it. Very desensitized. And a person who's desensitized is a person who has the possibility to lack empathy. And this is what we're seeing with these men. Men who lack empathy. Men who lack empathy. These are men who will hurt you, ladies. These are men who will hurt children. Little boys and little girls. Because these are men who lack empathy. They're desensitized to certain levels of emotion. They're desensitized to it. This is why you have some guys who can't keep friends and because they're not friendly. Once they don't need you and you don't need them for something anymore, y'all not friends no more. They don't consider you. They don't think about you. And they don't expect you to think about them. These are men who, these are sick men. These are men who are sick. And they have normalized this sickness where they think that this is a part of life. This is the shit you hear out of their mouth. This is the stupid shit Hood Conservative was saying. See, he is a non-empathetic guy. He lacks empathy. And the reason why he lacks empathy is because he hasn't had enough attention. He hasn't had enough people shower him with love and affection. So he lacks empathy. When people are hurt, he finds the joke in it. These are sick men. He will see someone hurt and find a way to laugh. He finds jokes in hideous and heinous things. These are sick men. These are sick men. You see? And this is how you know when a person is sick in the head too. Because they say shit like this. Well, bro, it's just part of life. This is how they justify not having empathy, not being able to keep friends, not being able to keep women in their life, not having good relationships with they chalk all of this dysfunction up to life. Oh, well, it's just part of life, you know, life. No, you sick, homie. You don't know nothing about life. You're not even living, you existing. This is what these sick men do. Diddy has had access to billions of dollars to hide who he truly is. You see? See, didn't I tell y'all what was going to happen to Diddy? I told y'all he was going to get sat down. Spanking them. Sit down, boy. Oh, you don't want to listen. Okay, watch this. Oh, you got it all figured out. Oh, money going, money going to fix it. Oh, okay, watch this. Oh, you still think it's, oh, you paying to get out of stuff. Okay. Now pay to get out of this, nigga. And what did Diddy say in that video we listened to yesterday? I've been begging for God's grace and mercy. I've been begging for God's grace and mercy. I told you. See, Otis ain't been on the chopping block yet. This is why he still has this attitude. Check his attitude, y'all. Is this a man? Listen to his voice project, all of these things. Does he even sound remorseful? Listen to him, y'all. Listen to old Otis.
Once that goes on, that's a stain that doesn't get wiped off.
Yes, fuck ups and
shout out to my man Auntie. Appreciate that, bro. That was a fire show, by the way. But as we heard from old Otis, right? He doesn't find what he done wrong. See, you got to understand when people talk. See, this is what people don't like. This is one thing, right? That being an intelligent person can be a gift and a curse for them. When you know how to put things together and people don't understand how you got to that conclusion, they start thinking you hating, you making stuff up, you trying to make them believe something they don't believe. See, Otis thinks we're stupid. Otis, at the age of 53 years old, right, still believes that what he did wasn't wrong to himself. He just admitted it was wrong to the public to clean up his image. Because again, he's trying to build his channel. Most people who don't have no real content, can't produce no real content, don't have no real good ideas. They create controversy, Sharon. They create controversy because controversy what? Sells. So they created this controversial conversation with a rapist by the name of Otis. He's been a rapist since 20 years old. And because he hasn't been put on Front Street like Diddy has, like Russell Simmons has, like Harvey Weinstein has, like Trey Songz has, he thinks he did nothing wrong. And by him admitting it to the public, that we should actually celebrate him. This is how sick these dudes are. He actually thinks we should embrace him because he had enough heart to admit he raped his wife. This is sick. Just like Diddy thinks because he got up there and read off of a computer screen, right, which we proved yesterday, right? And because he got up there and made a general statement to the public, because that's what old Otis did, he thinks that now we're not supposed to scold him for that. Why shouldn't we understand that he was young? No, he still doesn't think like that now, but he still does a little bit. There's a lot of men like Diddy walking around, fellas. What are we going to do about them? Because the women can't do nothing about them. And you know why the women can't do nothing about them? Because they're surrounded by quote unquote good men. And these quote unquote good men won't call them out. Sharon and Brownsville didn't call Otis out. They just gave him a platform to get up there and talk. They didn't call him out. They didn't call him out. Because all of that was a play. And when you run plays with men like that, I'm going to tell you what it looked like to men like me. It looked like you're playing dress up and cover up, nigga. That's what it looked like to me. That's what it looked like to me. And that's what it looked like to any man who thinks like me. Y'all over there harboring a rapist. That's what y'all over there doing at the Sharon and Brownsville gang. That's what it looked like. Because you ain't call him out. What the fuck he need a stage to talk about that for? Oh, because you're trying to build your platform on sensationalism because Homeboy did the same thing. And since Homeboy could do whatever he want, Sharon should be able to. Right? That's a lot of zest too, by the way, Sharon. You think because such and such, and I'm not saying his name, not because I'm scared of him, but because he ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm talking to you, nigga. Sharon. You think because Homeboy could do what he want to do, when he want, pop up, pop on, and make however much money he want, you should get away with it too. But y'all over there talking about manhood and masculine and what men's supposed to be doing. And you literally over here competing with a nigga you don't like. That's very feminine, Sharon. What man competes with another man they don't like? Women do that. Women compete when they don't like each other. That's female. Very zesty. Very zesty, Sharon. It's very zesty. Shout out to Ant for tripling up, man. He says, everyone that came up and called him out got dragged for it over there. Trust me, he fits right in. That was my point. Absolutely. And I agree. I'm just waiting to see when they're going to bring him back on the panel, Ant. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for them to get that cocky and bring him back on the panel. What's up, Robert Platinum? What's good? Hey, Mel, how you doing? Mel says, honestly, I think that Otis brought it up and the opportunity to have the conversation just arose. That's what you think, Mel? That's how they want you to think too. That's how they want you to think. But if you go back and you listen to old Otis admitted that all of that was set up by saying Sharon and Brownsville brought him on the show to tell the story because he already told a story on his channel. So all of that was set up, Mel, but they want y'all to believe that. So go ahead and believe it. Go ahead and believe it. Young Gun says, pretty zesty to sit in your house and, and yell at my phone. My phone? Okay. Shout out to Queen in the building. Where you at, Queena? Shout out to Miss Queena in the building. She says, salute, happy magical Monday, Sheep Stay Sleep TV and Visionaries. Yes, we are 5 for 5 today. We 5 for 5 today. Good job, ladies. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all for pulling up and holding down the chat, man. Shout out to everyone for tuning into today's show, man. Yeah, he admitted it, Mel. He admitted it. Because when dudes kept jumping up there and putting pressure on him, he started exposing why he even was on the show in the beginning. And Sharon and Brownsville told him to come on the show to tell his story. Because it could be a teachable moment. That's what the nigga said. Brian, he told on them. He told on them dudes. So I don't take them dudes serious, man. Shout out to my man Bob. He says, salute. Work is kicking my behind. Shout out to you, my brother. That's a blessing, man. You got some work to kick your butt, man. That's a blessing. Salute to you, my brother. Yep, weirdo. Showing, yep. And he showed his ass. He showed his ass. He told everybody who don't agree with what he said and don't accept what he said can kiss his ass. And he pulled his pants down and mooned the goddamn camera. He mooned the camera. If I had the timestamp, because that was a 6-hour stream, if I had the timestamp, I will show y'all where he mooned people. He literally said out of his mouth, well, if y'all still don't agree with me, F y'all and y'all could kiss my entire, and he stood up and showed his ass. Yes, he did. That's a fact. Yes, he did. The Manosphere. He sure did, Miss Angie. Yes, he did. He said, y'all can, Classy Creole, he said, y'all can kiss my entire ass and moon the camera. Yes, he did. He sure did. Bob says, I had to ask myself, if I would have made it as big as Diddy, would I have made the same mistakes? Not at all. Not all of the stuff that he allegedly did, but I would have been involved in some debauchery. Heal before you build, my brother. I'm glad you admitting that. Because you got, you know what you got to do. Yes, he did, reigning woman. Yes, ma'am. He sure did, Queena. Yes, he did, Gino B. A grown man showing his ass. A grown man telling other men they could kiss his ass. Yes. Literally mooned the camera. Literally mooned the camera. But said that he knew the pushback was coming. So his plan was to show his ass the whole time. They didn't notice that either. I believe they noticed it, Aunt. Sharon and Brownsville, the SBG gang, they knew. They knew. That show was to promote Otis's channel and to bring in a bunch of money and viewers for the SBG. That's all that was, bro. And that's just my humble opinion. Based off what I see. That was a play. That was a play that went wrong. It went wrong, man. Right. He's super red pill. He's super red pill. He's a rim brother. Mel says, I heard about it, but I didn't see it. Thank goodness. How disrespectful and gross. A grown 53-year-old man pulling his goddamn pants down and showing men his ass. See what I be telling y'all about these dudes? See what I be telling y'all about these dudes? 53 years old, same age as Diddy. And you think he ain't never get his cheeks clapped? You think ain't nobody ever clap his cheeks? Quita says, wait, not a 53-year-old old man. Exactly. Who's supposed to be married. Showing his ass to men on the internet. I keep telling y'all about these dudes. Maybach Mel says the Manosphere is a bunch of emotional, low vibrational, low value men. This is super insane. It really is. It really is. He's zesty for sure. Super zesty. But guess what, Queena? Sharon is a metrosexual. Sharon is a metro. So why wouldn't he let a DL dude hang around him? Sharon is a metro. He's metrosexual. All his mannerisms is zesty. I don't know no grown men who sit up and eat cookies with 2 fingers. Sharon literally sits there and eats crackers and cookies like a dainty woman. Watch Sharon. Everything with 2 fingers. Dainty as hell. Dainty. I don't know no dainty men. What are you talking about? So you got a dainty nigga and a cop trying to tell men in the manosphere about manhood. Won't you check your homeboy mannerisms, Brownsville, and tell him stop eating sandwiches and crackers with 2 fingers? Why don't you teach your homeboy something instead of coming on here thinking you could tell niggas something and you got a whole zesty nigga standing right next to you? He don't even eat sandwiches like a man. He don't even grab the sandwich. This nigga eat his sandwich in a napkin. This is a dainty nigga. Y'all don't, hey, Ant, you don't notice it, Ant? Nigga eat crackers and cookies with 2 fingers. He sit there and lick every finger after he eating chips. Like women. So why should we be surprised he got an old mook around him? Why should we be surprised? Isn't Diddy surrounded by a bunch of mooks and DL dudes who's supposed to be street? Yeah. Who runs that platform? A metro. Sharon. He's a metrosexual. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. Show me how he not. Sits there and sips the water. Sit there and sip the water. But you from Brownsville. You from Brownsville. Type of nigga at the tea party. Hello, gentlemen. That's Sharon. Hello, gentlemen. Hello, gentlemen. Right, Sharon? Right, Sharon? I need to see you with a no Otis shirt on. That's what I need to see from you and Brownsville. No, his name's not Brownsville anymore. It's Officer. Officer. Officer, I need to see you with a no Otis shirt. Okay? If y'all don't stand behind what Otis said, I need y'all to make a no Otis shirt. Sharon, get a no Otis shirt made. Whoever making your shirts, tell them to make a no Otis shirt. No Otis. Hashtag no Otis. Shout out to everyone for coming through. Hashtag no Otis. We going there this whole week, y'all. Shout out to everyone in the building. We going there this whole week, y'all. Y'all stay tuned, man. I appreciate everyone for pulling up to today's show. Salute to everyone in the building. Salute to everyone in the building. I gave you my solution. Don't ask me what's the solution, Sharon. I told you the solution for Otis. The old-fashioned way. We go in the back of Big Mama's house and dig a ditch. That's what we do for niggas like R. Kelly, Diddy, Otis, Rudamp, Daryl Long. Yeah. Mafia style. Throw the dirt on them while they still breathing with cracked ribs. That's what you do to a coward. That's what you do. That's what you do to a soulless coward. You bury him alive. That's what you do to him. You bury him alive. Yeah. How does that sound? How does that sound? Bury him alive. Bury him alive while they're still breathing. Yeah. Yeah. So you can know what pain and torture feel like how y'all was doing them women. So you could feel the way she felt when all her faculties and her autonomy is taken away from her. Yeah. When you can't stop the pain, you can't stop the agony. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's my solution. Shout out to everyone in the building. I appreciate it. Salute to everyone in the building. Shout out to all of the visionaries, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up to today's show. If you would like to support today's show, make sure you leave a like, share today's show, and also get down in the comment section. Let me know what you think of today's show. If you would like to drop $1 or $2, the links are going across the screen. Like I told y'all, we waiting. We getting the Cash App thing together, y'all. For now, we still have Venmo and PayPal, or you could just donate through the super chat like you guys were doing all through the show. Shout out to all the super chatters. Shout out to all the donators. Whether you hit the Venmo or the PayPal, it's very much appreciated. I appreciate all y'all support, man. Salute to my lovely lady mods again. 5 for 5 today in the chat, holding the chat down. Thank y'all so much, ladies. I appreciate everyone. Salute to everyone that's in the building. Get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. DS1 Ross, I'm going to catch y'all tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow with another fire show. Go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you then. Peace.